Alright, what's going on, guys? Joe back. Welcome to the video that I have been waiting so long to finally record, and today I'm just biting the bullet. I'm recording it Thursday, 14th, and this is going up on, let's see, the 19th. So I'm a little early to recording it, but I just want to do this so badly. Now, if you can't tell, doing a cereal ranking list in our Pokemon Nuzlocke at the moment. All of our Pokemon are named after cereals, and I was originally going to do a ranking every leader, Elite Four, rival, Kahuna, trial leader, champion. Like, I was going to do a big Pokemon one, but I thought it'd be a lot funnier and more on brand for, ooh, I'm making everything shake. I'm very sorry about that. Thought it'd be a little more on brand to the current series, and to one that Sweets and I have been talking about a lot, which is cereals we have here in Canada versus you guys in the States. So I just kind of compiled 52 cereals from the first Canadian list and the first American list on TierMaker. So I'm gonna start from bottom where the Chex are and go all the way up to Crave. So if you guys enjoy this video, do drop a like. I plan on doing these every Tuesday. This is Tier List Tuesday in its beginning form. God, this is such a little thing to do, but it makes me so happy to actually make this kind of video. All right. So to start off, we got I believe these are honey Chex now. I'm not a fan of basic Chex, which are right over here. Well, these are the rice Chex, but I just count those as basic Chex, like wheat Chex, because I don't eat wheat Chex. I eat rice, so I just kind of toss those ones in here. Now, honey Chex, I'm not a fan of honey, but I will say they are pretty good. Just that little subtle honey flavoring just makes the milk so good. It's the exact same thing with Honey Nut Cheerios. Just it makes the milk sweet and delicious. So that's always a nice middle ground in my opinion. 2 scoops. I don't know if this is a thing in the States. I know it's a thing in Canada. Obviously, my parents used to have this all the time. And admittedly, I love like just plain cornflakes, and I love raisins, but I will never eat these again unless I absolutely have to for medical reasons. I would never eat wet raisins. It is not in my flavor palette. That is just a personal thing. Remember, this entire list is just my personal opinion on each of these. Now, this one here is cluster nut? Whole nut? Which one is this? All right, this is banana nut. Now, I've never had banana nut Cheerios, and I actually just physically can't, because I'm allergic to bananas. So, as good as these taste, I'm sure, it's got to go on my I've never had this list. Next we got Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms are always good, always amazing. I just realized there's one on here that I didn't put, but it's a limited time thing, so I don't really count it. Everything on here is stuff that I will find in the store, or I'm sure you can find in the store all year round. So sadly, that one's not going to be on the list, but yeah, God, it'd be so good. So Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms are godly. You can never go wrong with eating Lucky Charms. Because, you know, like the cereal itself is a little bland, but the marshmallows and the cereal mixed together, I can eat that stuff dry. I do eat that stuff dry. Just put it in a bowl, start scooping it into my hands and eating it. No milk needed, no nothing needed. Where Life, it's not my first choice, but I'll eat it. It's not a middle ground, it's just below it. But, you know, you can't go wrong with how they show it in the box. Put a little bit of fruit in there, maybe even drizzle some chocolate syrup. Perfect, really good, but on its own, not the first choice. where we have mini wheats. I believe these are the chocolate ones. I'm just gonna double check because my brain doesn't see this properly. All right, these are unfrosted chocolate mini wheats. Now, to make them perfect, they are great. Let me get that right. They are great. The chocolate in it is really nice, but you can't have these dry. You know what? They're pretty good, actually. Not great, but not perfect. They are just pretty good. If there was some chocolate glazing on there, these would be so much better. But they are good in their own right. So I will never get that wrong. I will never, let that down. The multigrain Cheerios. I don't know about you guys, but these are one of the best cereals out there in my personal opinion. They are too freaking good. Like basic Honey Nut are amazing, but multigrain Cheerios are so much better than basic old Cheerios, just because there's a little bit more flavoring. You got a different variety, and that's what matters in my opinion. Now we got honey frosted flakes, which I've never had. I've never found honey frosted flakes in a store in Canada, so I have no say on that. I mean, if it's like any other honey cereal, it's really good, which brings me up to Honeycomb. Not perfect, but they are pretty damn good. I haven't had these in so long, so maybe my opinion would change if I eaten them again. But as a kid, and I would go to my nana's house, my grandmother's, she would have very few cereals for me to pick from, and Honeycomb was always like that perfect middle ground. If you don't want something overly sweet, you don't want something chocolatey, but you don't want something that doesn't taste like anything, it is the middle ground of cereal. But that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. That's a really good thing in my opinion. If you can be a cereal and you're middle ground, you're succeeding. Honey Bunches of Oats though, great but not perfect. If there was Maple Bunches of Oats, which is basically just Maple Nut Crunch, then you're going into the best. But Honey Bunches of Oats, amazing. Just, they're not the best or godly. Frankenberry. As much as I love Frankenberry, it's in that almost middle ground as well. It does get a little overwhelming, but that's okay. I'm gonna go into once we get to the very end of this, I'm gonna explain this cereal, by the way, that I didn't put on this list because I completely forgot to. Now we got Eggos. Now Eggos cereal, I don't know if this is a Canadian thing, I don't know if this is an American thing, I don't know if this is anywhere else. They're pretty good. Not the best. Again, like, this is the thing with the middle ground cereal. They are just really good, but they are not hitting what it needs to be amazing, and they're definitely not lacking what it has to be for it not to be a first choice. That, again, it's the safety net of the middle ground. It's just a safety net. My phone is going off. I'm gonna check that really quick. All right, now we got Captain Crunch berries. This isn't Oops All Berries. This is just Captain Crunch berries. I think this is an Oops All Berries. Is this Oops All Berries? Nope. Oops All Berries is right here. This is just Captain Crunch berries. This is the one that I've seen. Never had it. Now, my opinion on this will change. Sweets is most likely sending me some Oops All Berries. I think that's what she's sending me. So there might be a little taste test video also coming up on the channel where I try some American snacks for the first time. But as far as general Captain Crunch goes, it ain't horrible. But we'll get to that when we get to the top. Count Chocula. No arguments. It is godly. I was gonna put in the best, but God, no, okay. It's seasonal, but it's an every year seasonal thing. There's some stores that I can rarely find it at all year round. It has to be one of the best cereals out there. Like, it's not overly chocolatey. It has what Frankenberry doesn't. An overwhelming flavor. Now, Frankenberry is amazing. I love it. I will always eat Frankenberry. I'll always eat Boo Berry. I'll always eat Count Chocula. But Count Chocula is that perfect. It gets that chocolatey taste in your mouth, but it doesn't give you like the too sweet where your face contorts on itself kind of feeling, which is never what you want in a cereal. And Frankenberry just almost hits that, which is why it's great but not perfect. Now we got Cookie Crisp. I haven't had Cookie Crisp in so long, but I remember it being very, very... I like how this one doesn't have the white trim on. So I just grabbed the first pictures I could find for each of these, so I'm sorry that these are not all the same. Which it's kind of bothering me, but we're gonna have to stick through with it. Yeah, Cookie Crisp. Again, actually, no, this is my thing with Cookie Crisp. They are pretty good, but I would rather just have some chocolate chip cookies dunked in a milk. I don't gotta make it into a cereal. I don't gotta make it a little teeny tiny thing. Well, that's not teeny tiny, but like I don't gotta make it a teeny tiny little thing. I'll just eat some chocolate chip cookies, some Chips Ahoy, dunk that in the milk, and it's perfectly fine. Even better, I'll get Teddy Grahams, which aren't a cereal. I would put them on this list if they were considered a cereal. Chocolate Oreos is next. This one's actually kind of hard for me because like they're so good, but does it hit as hard as Lucky Charms? It doesn't. It doesn't hit as hard as Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms is hands down my favorite cereal of all time, but not every Lucky Charms will be godly, and I'll explain that a little later. But when it comes to chocolate cereal, unless you're the mini wheats one, you're probably going to be one of the top things out there. Like, it's just really good. You can't go wrong with chocolate. Now, I'm sorry, Captain Crunch. I've never had you. I've never had chocolate Captain Crunch. Chocolate Caramel Crunch. Don't got an opinion on it. Boo Berry, you're going to be joining Frankenberry right up there. Now, Count Chocula, not overwhelming in my opinion. Frankenberry, just a little too much on the sweetness, but it's not enough that I want to rank it lower. And Boo Berry is... It's just right. It's not perfect again. It's just right. You got the perfect amount of blueberry where it doesn't taste like you're just stuffing your face with blueberries. You got the marshmallows in there, which are a nice little buffer. And it's just all around really tasty. Like, again, Count Chocula, if there's a cereal usually that has marshmallows in it, I'll eat that dry. That never really bothers me. So I can hands down say that even if it's great but not perfect, they're still top tier. If anything's in this top 3 row, I'll say I'm going to the store and I will pick one of these up if I see it. Like, godly and the best, I'll always pick up. Great but not perfect, if it's on sale and I'm in the mood for it, I'm definitely getting it. Rice Chex. Not my first choice. I'll eat it, but it's just a little plain. But again, it's always good to have your fiber, always good to have your grains. So, not the first choice, certainly not the last choice. It's in that middle part. All bran, never eating you. Hate all bran. I hate bran muffins, hate all bran cereal. It's just plain. It's the same thing as 2 scoops. Like, if you're eating Raisin Bran, it's just all bran with raisins in it. There's no difference. Fruity Pebbles. Alright? They're pretty good. They are pretty good. Not what I'm grabbing instantly, but I will happily eat Fruity Pebbles. With or without milk. Honey Nut Cheerios. This is what I've been waiting for. Honey Nut Cheerios, godly. Godly. If you say Honey Nut Cheerios are anything less than perfect, you need to get your taste buds checked. Because this is one of the best cereals ever created. The fact that you get to have a sweet, tasty, and savory treat to start off your day, and then the milk, lift that bowl up and drink it out. Perfect. Perfect. I will have this cereal without milk. I'll have it with water. I don't care. I'm giving myself a little Ziploc bag of Honey Nut Cheerios, and I'm going about my day all happy as can be. Oatmeal Crisp, though, this is triple berry. Haven't tried triple berry before. I'm not a fan of dried fruits in my cereal unless I'm the one putting them in there. Corn Pops, though, not perfect, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I can't really say anything bad about Corn Pops. Like, they're delicious. They're just not, they're not hitting it. Golden Grams. Now, I love myself some Golden Grams, and I'm talking about my Furret. I'm not talking about the cereal. Now, the sad thing is, if my earbuds would not want to be so tangled up, the sad thing is, I've never had Golden Grams before. But, hey, Golden Grams honey flavored? I mean, they'd probably be banger, but I just haven't had it. Oatmeal Crisp almond, not my first choice. I'll eat it. I love myself Oatmeal Crisp, but they are not what I'm going crazy for. You're just looking over. Okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, almond mid ground. It's not even mid ground. It's just below it. Like, I'm not going to the store to buy almond Oatmeal Crisp, but if my grandparents or someone's house or someone I'm staying at the house of has it, and I want cereal, and there's not really anything else, I wouldn't be against eating it. I'm just not willingly going to pick that up over a bowl of literally anything above it. Chocolate Lucky Charms. Now, this is great, but not perfect. Here's the thing. You would say Lucky Charms, Chocolate Lucky Charms are just like Count Chocula. And you're right. But, now I'm being really nitpicky about this. Count Chocula, I have a childhood memory with. Every time I'd go to my Nana's house, she would have Count Chocula. Chocolate Lucky Charms are very recent. I've only had maybe 1 or 2 boxes of it. So there is no... Okay. No, I can't put it in the best if I've never really enjoyed a box of it. So even if they're the exact same as Count Chocula, they're great, but they're not perfect because they're not Count Chocula and they're not basic Lucky Charms. You get what I mean? Good. All right, next we got shredded wheat. I don't remember ever eating shredded wheat before. Like, if it's like Chex and it's like life, then sure, yeah. Not my first choice, but I don't recall ever eating shredded wheat before. Now, Nesquik cereal, I think this is a Canadian thing. This is one of the best cereals out there. I hate the mascot now. He looks so much better 5-6 years ago, but Nesquik cereal will always, hands down, be one of the best snacks out there because it Count Chocula, Lucky Charms, Cheerios all do it as well, where it makes the cereal or makes the milk flavored, but Nesquik just hits it in the bang on way. But I'm not gonna say it's a Honey Nut or a Lucky Charms amazing. It's just right. Like, here's the top. It's like, it's still really close. Like, there's room for it to go up. Mini wheats, brown sugar mini wheat. Is this brown sugar? No, this is maple mini wheats, aren't they? Yeah, because here's brown sugar. Yo, maple mini wheats hit harder than a pickup truck pickup truck on a freeway. Like, these are some of the best tasting mini wheats out there. The thing about maple mini wheats is they're always coated perfectly. I've never had a box of mini wheats that are maple flavored specifically that aren't like perfectly rationed out with the flavoring on top. Now, will I ever eat these? Would I eat these on their own? Yes. Would I eat maple or original mini wheats on their own without milk? We'll have to get to those. But I would easily eat maple mini wheats just by the handful. Reese's Puffs. I don't have them often, so I can't say they're godly. If we were talking about the candy itself, then yes, it's godly. But it's actually just they're great. They're not perfect, but they're great. I would say they're the best, but they don't compare to Nesquik. Like, Nesquik's just bang on. I don't remember having Reese's Puffs and them actually making the milk taste good. Like, the milk still tastes good, but doesn't make it like chocolatey good. So they're great, not perfect. If they could improve on that, that'd be amazing. Trix. I've never had Trix before. I'm pretty sure that's not a Canadian thing. Sugar Crisp. Also never had it. Fruit Loops, though. One of the best. One of the best. They are not the best. They are the best, but they are not godly best. I should have made this tier called one of the best, and then godly is the best cereal. But there's a difference in that. So I'm keeping it. I can't go back. I'm already 20 something minutes into this video. We are not restarting the entire thing. Fruit Loops, I can eat dry. I can eat with my with milk, but Lucky Charms just gets it just a little bit better. Going to Cocoa Pebbles. I haven't had Cocoa Pebbles before. Not as far as I can remember. So can't say much about that. It's chocolate. I bet it tastes good. Oops All Berries. Never had it. We don't got them in Canada. So there you go. Vector. I'm never eating this garbage again. Talk about no taste buds. You also need to have a jaw of steel to eat Vector. You need to have a stomach of pure unwanting acid to eat Vector. You need to be a bodybuilder who is training all day every day for 27 years straight to eat Vector and say, this is a good cereal. Like, no. That's it. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. This is Caramel Toast Crunch. Never had it. Never had it. Can't say it. Apple Jacks? Never had it. Never had it. Oreos. Oreos. And now I'm realizing I named my Pokemon wrong. I put an H in there, like O, not O. But they're the best. They're not godly. They are the best though. I can say the last time I had Oreos, I was smiling when I was eating that bowl. Like, they are delicious. Delish. Now we got ourselves the birthday cake Timbits. Some of the best. Now, no, they're great, not perfect. They are still so good. Now, I would put them in the best, and I'm gonna skip ahead. I'm gonna do a little bit of a cheatsy. Chocolate Oreos. Chocolate Timbits are the best. Now, this is definitely a Canadian cereal because, Canada. It's a Timmy's thing. I'd put the mocha Timbits on here, but again, that's a limited time thing, so I'm not marking it out. But chocolate Timbits, amazing. Birthday cake, still really good. You can't go wrong with birthday cake, but chocolate Timbits just hit it a little bit more. Captain Crunch, never had. Original mini wheats, they're pretty good. Not gonna say they're perfect. They are pretty good. It's basic right down the middle. They are the original. They are just sugar coated, and it's fine. They're fine. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, never had you. Cocoa Puffs, never had you. Shreddies, had you, never again. Weetabix, never again. Chocolate Frosted Flakes, amazing. The best. I've never even had, oh no, that's a lie. I was gonna say I've never even had Chocolate Frosted Flakes with milk, but nope, I did. No, I'm just leaving it at that. Oatmeal. Maple Crunch Oatmeal Crisp is one, if not one of the, if not one of the best cereals of all time. I can't have it anymore. I have some issues. I get really nauseous when I eat it, but I will gladly suffer through to have Oatmeal Crisp. Maple Oatmeal Crisp. Just the clusters of maple and granola are so good. I in elementary school and in high school, I would go through a box of that every day. Every 2 days, I'd have to get a new box because I was eating it so much. And it's just so good. Cheerios, one of the best cereals ever created. It's plain, yeah. It's basic, yeah. Multigrain hits it a lot better. But you can't go wrong with a staple Cheerios. You can't. Maple Mini Wheats, also one of the best. Also one of the best. Like, it's good, but they're not. I mean, brown sugar Mini Wheats. My bad. They're good, but they're not maple good. Also, really quick about the Cheerios, you know, when we were babies, we all had Cheerios. We were just playing with them, shoving them into our little mouth hole, and you'd be crazy not to like Cheerios. Like, you don't have to love them, but everyone likes Cheerios. Now Crave. I named my Rapidash Crave. I thought I'd hate Crave, the Rapidash. I turned out to love it, even though it was short-lived. But I absolutely despise Crave cereal. It's one of the worst. It's one of the worst cereals. I'd actually probably eat 2 scoops before I'd eat Crave again. It's dookie. It's absolute dog. They are buns, horrid, everything. Just, I would, oh God, no. I'm not. Oh, let's fix this. There we go. You're gonna see my little head down here. Hee hee hee. Hey, follow me on Twitter. Do it. But no, I'm not eating Crave. I'm not eating Crave. All right, so there we go. There's the list. We got. There we go. We got 4 top tier cereals. Got Maple Oatmeal Crisp. We got Maple Mini Wheats, as you can see. Obviously, Canadian, love my maple stuff. We got Honey Nut Cheerios, and we got OG Lucky Charms. Those are the 4 cereals I will go through my life loving the most. Now, if I could add one in here, which I forgot to add into the list, but again, it is just general. It's like not even a yearly thing. It is a limited time. Would be Monster Mash, which is the marshmallows from Count Chocula, and the cereal from Boo Berry and Frankenberry. Now that is, if I were to add it onto this list, that one's godly. That one is godly, even though it's 2 really sweet. It's with the combination of these 2. Obviously, yeah, it's gonna be really sweet, but it's just too good. It's just too good. All 3 of them mixed together, mashed up, doing the Monster Mash. You can't go wrong with it. So if we were to put a 5th or a 54th, 53rd, I don't remember how many are on this list. If we were to put that on here, it would be up in the godly list. There we go. So that's my list. Thank you guys for hanging out. Again, remember that these will be posted every Tuesday for Tier List Tuesday. This is something that I've wanted to do since I was a kid. This is just one of the videos that I enjoy for some reason. So Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That'd be highly appreciated. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, love yourself, stay hydrated, stay fed. Peace.